Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another edition, a special episode of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty. I welcome each and every last one of you. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about how Bill Haney pleads guilty. Yes, he did. He pled guilty, and we have to discuss it because of the long history and behavior patterns of Bill Haney that he has shown throughout Devin Haney's career since their ascension in the boxing world. And it's amazing to me how there are still people to this day who see exactly what Bill Haney is doing, have heard the things that Bill Haney have said, and they still refuse to acknowledge the truth. And it is unfortunate, but the bottom line is that we need answers. Double salute to my guys, All Things and Lucky McKinnells. They are members of the channel, of course, because they're the supervisors of the Roll the Tape film crew. I wanted to acknowledge them publicly. Appreciate you guys, everybody in the chat, everybody that's watching live and living color. Those of you that are watching the replay of this live, you are all welcome. I really don't even know where to start with this whole debacle of the Haneys. But we have watched both Bill Haney and Devin Haney's life, or lives in their case, collectively, spin out of control and derail off the tracks ever since this Ryan Garcia fight took place in April of 2023. 2024, April of 2024. We've watched this. Double salute to my guy, Band Up, supervisor of the Roller Tape film crew. What up, Band Up? Yeah, I usually if I go live on a Sunday, Band Up, I typically go around 1 o'clock on Sundays. If I do go live on a Sunday. But we've watched the Haney's lives derail since the Ryan Garcia fight. I mean, I've been watching the moves of Bill Haney for a while now, and I've been calling it out for the past year and a half. Some people haven't been listening to me, but I've been telling people, man, like Bill Haney is hurting the brand and the career and the image of his son, Devin Haney. I've been saying that for a while, and I've been presenting truth and evidence to illustrate my point. And it's not about whether people agree with me or not. It's all about whether you believe the truth. And so I wanted to start off this live, by addressing some of the things that we know and learned thus far of Bill Haney. And of course, this is obviously in the wake of his most recent tweet, which is why I say he pleads guilty. As you can see it on your screen, on December the 27th, 2024. And I'm saying his recent tweet that he addressed the boxing community. I'm sure there's another tweet subsequently following this one where he called out certain names in the tweet. I guess fellow content creators, other counterparts here on YouTube in the boxing community. But I wanted to really, hone in on this tweet that's on your screen as the viewership is increasing exponentially. Bill Haney said, all new channels, hit me up. Let's get you booming. Those are the words of Bill Haney. We're going to spend a block on those words. We're going to spin the block. That's from his ex, formerly known as Twitter account. That's what he tweeted on December 27th, 2024. We're going to spin the block on this, and I'm going to, give my perspective on this tweet that caused Bill Haney to plead guilty. But before we do that, there's a lot of people on here that might not even know who Bill Haney is. So I want y'all to see what Bill Haney thinks of himself when he introduced himself to the public. And then we'll dissect each of his roles and responsibilities, professionally speaking. Bill Haney, it's on your screen. You can see it right there. He says, trainer of Devin Haney, 2-division champion and youngest 4-belt undisputed champion in boxing history. Boxing Manager of the Year 2023, CEO of DHP. Now, when you read those words, if you didn't know who Bill Haney was, if you didn't see any of the antics that Bill Haney has done, if you never heard any of the words that Bill Haney used to defame, discriminate, and even devalue other fighters, particularly the black ones, it would seem like Bill Haney is extremely successful in the business of boxing. Just reading those words that you see on your screen. If you didn't know anything else about Bill Haney, but me knowing the business of boxing and me being a fan of all boxers, and of course, most importantly, a fan of the sport of boxing, on top of the fact that for the last 2 years, I have officially been a content creator in the boxing community spaces, and everybody in boxing at this point knows exactly who I am, including Bill Haney, by the way. I would like to differ. And I want to dissect each of these things because I have a question. You know me. All of you that's here live and live in color, you know me. Those of you that are watching the replay of this live, you know me. And even some of you that don't agree with me or like me or hate on me or spy or are my detractor, even you know me. And I ask a lot of questions. You know that? So I got a question. Because Bill Haney said he's the trainer of Devin Haney. I'm just trying to figure out. Have any of you seen at least 3 videos where Bill Haney is actually training Devin? I'm just asking. I mean, I didn't, research YouTube for all of this information. Because I'm in the boxing community behind the scenes. So I know what's really going on. But I'm just asking a question to you all, the boxing community, the fans of boxing. I just trying to figure out. I just want to ask this question again. Have you seen any? And if you have, tell me in the chat. If you're watching the replay of this live, please communicate with me through the comment section. And of course, as you all know, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. And you can always click it and come and join me and talk to me. Whether you agree with me or not isn't the point. And you may have the answer, but I'm just trying to figure out, when has Bill Haney actually trained his son? I'm just trying to figure out. Jeremy Austin, my guy, he is a supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew as a member of the channel. Good to see you, my guy, Big Jeremy, one more time. I mean, can anybody pull up at least at minimum, 3 videos where Bill Haney is literally training Devin? Let's say in the last 5 years. Let's make it a little bit easier for you. Last 5 years, a minimum of 3 videos on YouTube where Bill Haney is literally training Devin. Like holding the focus mitts for Devin, wrapping Devin Haney's hands, showing him inside of the boxing ring certain techniques. teaching him how to, as he always say in the corner when Devin's in trouble, get up under it. That's all we hear him say on camera. Um, I'm talking about him teaching Devin, training him, uh, showing him different techniques to improve on his boxing fundamentals. I mean, have you all seen? I'm just asking for a minimum of 3 videos within the last 5 years. I mean, I've seen Bill Haney stand in the ring in the neutral corner and watch other trainers train his son or work the focus mitts or uh, teach Devin Haney how to use punch placement on the heavy bag, uh, use the stopwatch when Devin is working in the gym. I'm just asking, have you all seen? I haven't seen it. Maybe you guys have, and ladies, maybe you all have, and maybe I missed it. Within the last 5 years, just a minimum of 3 YouTube videos at least. Because Devin Haney has his own YouTube channel, right? Devin Haney has his own YouTube channel. We might want to search there. Maybe I didn't do a lot of research. And you know me, everybody knows me at this point on YouTube and beyond, and outside of the YouTube spaces that I do all my homework. And, there's a guy in the chat, and I want to say this because he said that I'm on the Haney's nuts. The last time I checked, Alex, the Haneys haven't been showing any nuts, in my opinion. They haven't been. I mean, they haven't been showing any guts or nuts from what I've seen thus far since the Ryan, Garcia fight. Because I just want to ask the question, and Alex, since you're in my chat and you said that I'm on their nuts, let me ask you the question, and maybe you have the answer. Can you, and you can throw the link in the chat too, Alex. I'll pull it up on my other electronic device here and then pull it up on the screen for the people. Have you seen a minimum of at least 3 videos where Bill Haney is training Devin Haney within the last 5 years? That's for Alex. I figured I'd ask him since I'm on the Haney's nuts. I mean, I haven't seen them show their own nuts, and I don't mean that in a literal way. I'm a grown man. I don't have to say no homo. And it's Sunday. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I mean, hey, Alex, I am showing up in your feed, and it is about the Haneys. But remember, Alex, here's the thing. Uh, the Haneys are saying things, and I'm just responding to what they're saying. Like for example, for example, and I'm glad you're here, Alex. For example, right here, right? This is what Bill Haney said. I'm just responding to what Bill said. Don't get mad at me. I'm just asking the question. I mean, the Haneys are doing these things. I'm not even, and look, I'm one of the content creators. I don't promote what's going on in their personal lives, like what's going on with Devin Haney wife or wifey or whatever, Alex. I don't speak on none of that. Now, if it attacks the brand or the image of Devin, which it is, I'll speak on it from the perspective of the business of boxing, but I don't really like try to come at them and misjudge them or anything. But look on your screen, Alex. I know you can't be cool with Bill Haney's doing this. I mean, he's actually pleading guilty. This is what Bill said. So I'm just reacting to that. But let's get back to the training aspect of, what Bill Haney said, because, hey, Bill said he's the trainer of Devin Haney. So I just try to figure out, when has he actually trained Devin Haney? I mean, I recall seeing Yoel Judah train Devin Haney, and that's the father and very decorated athlete, former athlete, and father of Zab Judah. I've seen him in the camp for Devin Haney and Mickey Bay. I've seen other trainers like Floyd Mayweather Sr. when the Haneys were on the nuts of Floyd Mayweather, since we talk about nuts. They were in the Mayweather boxing gym. And I've seen some other trainers help out Devin Haney. Like right now, there's a video surfacing on YouTube where Nate Jones is throwing left hooks at Devin Haney and trying to teach him techniques on how to keep that right hand up. I mean, I see that recently on YouTube, but I haven't seen Bill Haney train. I didn't say coaching boxing hackers. See. I knew somebody was gonna come with the coaching, because Bill Haney does a lot of coaching in the fights, like in the corner when he says, "Get up under it." Like, for example, boxing hacker and the rest of you guys that's here that don't want to acknowledge the antics of Bill. Y'all remember when Devin Haney fought Lomachenko? Y'all remember that? You know, if you look at the things that Bill Haney said to Devin, Devin looked concerned. To me, he just looked kind of concerned, and he was actually speaking from a place of concern when he was trying to uh, get guidance from his dad, because he kept saying he figured me out. I can't stop the left hand, Dad. He's figuring me out. He sounded concerned, and I didn't hear instruction. See, that's the trainer's responsibility in the corner, to provide instruction to the fighter and motivation. So it's a combination of both, but I haven't seen or heard the instruction that was given. Um, Irregardless of who we think won that fight, and in the Ryan Garcia fight, Bill Haney was the trainer in that fight too, right? Okay. I didn't see him take preventive measures in that fight, nor did I see him protect his son in that fight as the trainer. That's just me. I'm just talking about me just watching from the outside looking in. Um, I did hear the trainer Bill Haney tell Devin Haney and the media before the Ryan Garcia fight that he should stand in front of Ryan Garcia. You remember that? That's what his trainer Bill told him. I'm not here to critique these guys. I'm just trying to get an understanding. Bill Haney told Devin Haney and the media they're going to go into the Ryan Garcia fight and stand right in front of Ryan and bang it out with Ryan Garcia, toe to toe. That's what the trainer Bill Haney said. Don't get mad at me. That's what he said, and you saw the results of that fight. I'm just telling. Hey, thank you, Alex, for being honest. That's what Bill told Ryan Garcia. I mean, that's what Bill had told Devin Haney. Another thing, since we're talking about training, and Bill Haney is saying in his status on Twitter, two-division champion and youngest four-belt undisputed champion in boxing history. I have to say this since we're talking about training. Devin Haney didn't get there by the trainer Bill Haney. Oh, there is a trainer. Oh, yes, there is a trainer now. There is a trainer that helped Devin Haney become a two-division champion and the youngest four-belt undisputed champion in boxing history. I want to let you know that. There is a trainer. Now, he's not qualified or certified as a medical or physical professional. Yeah. He ain't qualified. Not even certified. No, he's not. No, he's not. They say he's a nutritionist. I mean, I haven't seen any evidence or certification that shows me that he is. In fact, I haven't seen any certification that he's a phlebotomist, even though he extracts blood and he reads the blood test results of the fighters that he quote unquote trained. Yeah, I'm talking about this guy right here. I'm about to put him on your screen because he is responsible. This guy right here. You see him? Go on and look at him. Yeah, don't get mad at me. Go on and look at him. The guy with the lab coat on. Y'all, some of y'all probably don't even know who that is. I clipped this out of the documentary just so y'all can see how he looked when he was younger. That's Victor Conti. That him. Yeah, that him. Yeah, that's the trainer right there. That's the trainer who helped Devin Haney become two-division champion and the youngest in the four-belt undisputed champion in boxing history. That him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Devin Haney's on a snack protocol. All of the members of the channel who are my family members, the supervisors of the roller tape film crew, they know why I'm calling it the protocol. Yeah, it's no longer known as the program. We don't call it the snack program anymore. We learned yesterday, family, why it's called the snack protocol. But I'm just trying to figure out, how did Devin Haney become? I'm gonna show you something. I want to show you guys this. Don't get mad at me. Because the thing is, I watched Devin Haney's body transform in the past 4 years. I've watched his body literally transform with the snack protocol. I have. And don't get mad at me. His daddy took him over there with Victor Conti. He did. Now, if you ask Bill why he take him over there, his answer is going to be different from why Devin say he went over there. And his answer is going to be different from Victor Conti. Because I asked Victor why they went over there. He gave me a different answer. They all have different answers every time you ask any of them why they go over there to the snack program, and people still can't give me the right answer. But the point is, like, for example, we're talking about training. Let's look at this picture here on your screen. Look at this right here. You see that? So if Bill Haney is the trainer, I'm just asking a question. Don't get mad at me, y'all, because I don't curse my subscribers out, and I don't curse out people who disagree with me. I don't do stuff like that. We all have our own perspective, okay? That looked like Bill Haney sitting, laying back, chilling in the corner. It doesn't look like he's training to me. I mean, I'm talking about to me. It looked like that's Nate Jones. Yeah, it looked like that's Nate Jones. That looked like that's Nate Jones training Devin Haney and giving him some pointers. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like Bill Haney's in the corner. I mean, that's what it looked like. Y'all know I wear glasses, so I might be blind, but I'm not deaf, and I'm definitely not dumb. But I'm looking here. What's up, Windy City? Cornelius, what's up, my guy? I'm looking there. It looked like in the corner. That looked like Bill Haney. Brian King, my guy. What's up, baby? It looked like, that's what it looked like right here in this picture. It looked like Bill Haney's laying back, chilling in the corner. That's what it looked like to me. Because I saw videos and interviews where Mickey Bay said that he's coming back onto the training staff of Devin Haney. But Bill Haney's saying he's the trainer of the year. And see, here's the thing about being a trainer. Because when you look at Bill Haney, when Devin Haney fights, the chief second is Bill Haney. The chief second is Bill Haney. He is the one that's the lead trainer in the corner during these professional fights. But in the training, we don't really see too much of Bill Haney. I mean, does Bill Haney have any amateur boxing experience himself? Does he have any professional boxing experience himself? I mean, he probably does. I don't know. I mean, I've done research on it, and I asked some people, and no one seemed to be able to substantiate that. Double salute to my guy, Big Dog Willie. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel in the super chat. My guy, Big Dog Willie, always supporting all the YouTube channels. We appreciate you, Big Dog. Willie says, Bill Haney don't train. He runs his mouth in the corner. Capper of the year, 3 years running and undefeated. On the flip side, Bill can run a great cult. Well, most people with personality disorders, they can run a great cult. And Bill Haney always give me personality disorder vibes when I hear him talk publicly, and that's just my personal assessment. But professionally speaking, he's saying he's training his son. So I'm trying to figure out, how come Devin Haney hasn't made any improvements? I'm talking about over the last 2 years. Watch the fights that Devin Haney competed in the last 2 years, including against Southpaws. He had the same flaws that I haven't seen improvement in. And that's all I'm saying. And there's nothing wrong with training your son. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that's a beautiful thing. But at some point, though, when the trainers who don't have a lot of experience in boxing, I've learned that a lot of them usually reach their ceiling with their sons. I don't want to call other names out, but if you go and look at the history of fathers training their sons, or training anyone for that matter, when they really don't have the experience themselves, they typically um, reach their ceiling, especially trying to make the transition from amateur boxing to the professional rankings. Salute to my guy, Omega Red. So it's not about the focus myths. That's not my point is. My point really is that when Bill Haney says he's the trainer and Devin Haney is, two division world champion and the youngest in the four belt era, um, at undisputed, we can't give the credit to Bill Haney as the trainer. We have to give the credit to the men that literally trained Devin Haney. Not just today, but even in the past. Because we don't hear too much about those trainers behind the scenes that have really taught Devin Haney the basic fundamentals of boxing and helps him improve in certain areas. And we don't give Victor Conti enough credit with the snack protocol. That's why Bill Haney ran over there to Victor Conti. I know he said on Champside's channel, back after I start making headlines through the snack program advertisements, uh, he said that he hired Victor to catch other people from cheating, but we know that's not it. We know that's a cat. We all know that today. And so it's not a matter of hating. We're looking at the facts at hand. That Bill Haney don't train Devin. And everybody in the boxing community behind the scenes, we all know that. That's all I'm saying. We all know that. And it's okay. The problem is that Bill Haney is trying to take credit for it. Like he's always taking credit for everything else. And that's the part that's hurting the brand and the image of DHP and even Devin Haney. Okay? That's the point that I'm really driving home when he says he's the trainer of Devin Haney. He ain't the only trainer of Devin Haney. Victor Conti and his snack protocol also helped Devin Haney. And his affiliation with VADA also helped Devin Haney. Okay, now. Now let's not get it twisted now. Ask Bill Haney the real questions. Why did he take his son over to Victor Conti? His son was undefeated and already good and talented. What they call him for? I know he said that Sean Porter was with Snack and Victor, and they called Devin to do some sparring with them to prepare for one of Porter's fights. I know about the history. I get all of that. But I'm talking about why they do their own independent deal with Victor. Okay, now don't act like all of these division championship belts that Devin Haney has is because of his dad training him. Okay, now we know that Devin Haney's performances have been enhanced ever since he's been with Victor Conti. Now I'll leave it up to you and the experts to decide and determine whether it's legal or not. That ain't my position. I'm not qualified to speak on that. But all I'm saying is we got to give credit where it is due. We don't know how special Devin Haney would be without the snack protocol. We know the young man has talent, and that's important. We don't know Bill Haney's history as far as his experience in the sport of boxing. Was he an amateur boxer? Was he? Oh, okay then. Was he a professional boxer? Okay then. That's why he paid and went over to the Mayweather boxing gym. And I think that was a great thing for him to do for his son. But let's not make it seem like all of this is because Bill Haney is his trainer. Because if you look at the training, it's not just what happens in the gym during training camp. It's about how well the trainer is able to ascertain a circumstance that the fighter is in, and when adversity is confronting that fighter in a professional fight, that the trainer used two methods, motivation and instruction, to will his fighter to a victory and teach that fighter how to make adjustments. And I have not seen Bill Haney do that yet. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. And so this is not we hating on the Haneys, we hating, no, we looking at the honest truth. It is what it is. Let's look at the fact that Bill Haney says he's the boxing manager of the year in 2023. I showed y'all before and told y'all before a few days. Matter of fact, on Friday, I believe. Was it Friday? Yep, it was Friday. It was on Friday. When I asked y'all a question, I asked y'all what two fights did Devin Haney compete in 2023? And most of you all in the chat told me Lomachenko and Regis Prograis. So the boxing manager of the year, Bill Haney, in 2023, had his son, the fighter, Devin Haney, in two fights in 2023. Now, let me ask y'all a question in that. Were they free agents when they fought in those fights? Or did they have a guaranteed exclusive contract with the promoter? I'll answer that for some of you. Yes. I'll answer that for you. Yes, they had an exclusive contract with promoters. They were not free agents, right? Oh, okay. That was the final fight. That Lomachenko fight was the final fight in that 3-fight deal that they signed with Top Rank. That's the Loma fight. Then they got out of that deal, fulfilled their obligation, and moved up in weight. Thank you, Victor Conti. Moved up in weight. Came in 25 pounds higher after rehydrating on the day of the fight. Thank you, Victor Conti, against Regis Prograis, who they signed a 2-fight deal with Eddie Hearn. Sounds like easy management to me. All you got to do is get a fighter signed to a promoter and let the promoter exhaust their resources to pay the expenses and just receive a guaranteed purse with no back end money unless you reach a certain pay-per-view threshold. Sounds like an easy management opportunity for me. But the BWA gave Bill Haney boxing manager of the year of 2023. Which is subjective anyway. But I'm a real manager anyway. I don't care about my manager of the year, and I don't get involved in it. I can care less about that. It's not important to me. What's important is results. I look at results. We got to look at the results. And based on the results that we've seen so far, the boxing manager of the year had a tough and is having a tough 2024. Because once you're successful in one year, you can go back the next year and do it all over again. Go ask Phil Jackson. Ask Jimmy Johnson. Ask Bill Belichick. The list goes on and on. What I'm basically getting at is your success story doesn't start just when you're successful. It starts before you become successful, showing what ingredients and non-tangibles and intangibles that you have within you as an individual on how you use those ingredients and intangibles to overcome obstacles. And in the past year, in 2024, I have not seen the manager of the year overcome any obstacles that his client, his son, Devin Haney, has faced thus far. And I'm not just talking about in the court of public opinion on social media. I'm talking about how the boxing manager of the year 2023 have conducted himself as a manager. If he can gaslight a YouTuber, if he can gaslight and manipulate a content creator, a boxing fan with boxing knowledge, can you imagine Bill Haney negotiating with an actual promoter and the tactics that he used? And that's one of the reasons why Devin Haney haven't been successful. But speaking of successful in 2024, since Bill Haney is the boxing manager of the year in 2023, then why did Devin Haney tweet this? Look at your screen now. Don't get mad at me. He said it. If you go on his Twitter account now, you won't find this. You won't find this tweet. It's not up there. I guarantee you it's not. Or at least I tried to look for it this morning and it wasn't up there. But I forgot I actually screenshot it because I did a live speaking on this last week. Or 2 weeks ago, rather. But let's look at what Devin Haney said. These BITCHASS promoters effing the game up. That's why I haven't fought, to be honest. Well, that's a very misleading tweet. Because Devin Haney put this tweet out on December 9th, 2024. But with Devin Haney and some of these YouTube channels who advocate for the Haneys didn't tell you, and you heard it first from me, was at the time that Devin Haney posted this, he was suspended by the New York State Athletic Commission indefinitely. I told y'all he just got his suspension lifted last week. I told y'all that. Don't make me call my plug in New York to confirm that with y'all. Okay, anyway. When I say plug, I'm talking about in the commission. Anyway, okay, anyway. At the time that tweet was posted by Devin Haney, he was actually still suspended. And he's been suspended since the Ryan Garcia fight, which is where the fight took place in Brooklyn, New York. But your favorite content creator who advocate for the Haneys, they didn't tell y'all that part. And neither did Devin when he blamed the promoters on December the 9th. So one of the reasons why Devin haven't fought is because he was suspended indefinitely. And the second reason why Devin Haney did not fight or haven't fought since December 9th was because of his manager, his dad. Duh. That's all I'm saying. We need answers. So we got to look at the realities of what's going on. Double salute. I didn't even know somebody sent me. Oh, I got to salute my people. Double salute. Big Rob, Midwest Boxing. Double salute for the Cash App. Appreciate you, man. Always supporting the channel. Bill Haney is just attacking YouTubers, not under his pay. That's what the comment said in the Cash App, man. Appreciate you, big dog. Speaking of Cash App, is my man D1 here? I don't think D1 here. When I go live tomorrow, I'm gonna have to shout out my man D1 because yesterday he sent me 2 Cash Apps, and I didn't hear my other phone to acknowledge him publicly. So D1, if you're here, I want to acknowledge you if you're in the chat. I'm looking to see if he's in the chat. I don't see him, but tomorrow when I go live, I'll definitely give that brother a shout out for his support. Um, so here it is here. Devin Haney shouldn't be blaming the promoters because it don't matter if the promoters are effing the game up or not. His manager, his dad, Bill Haney, should understand the business of boxing to know how to circumvent when promoters are effing the game up. But apparently, Devin Haney hasn't fought within 8 months. And the last time I checked, I remember seeing a post where Devin Haney, it was a post, I think it was an interview that he did, where he said that he'd be back in the ring in December. And that was a few months ago. And I'm still, well, December over now, I was still waiting to see who he's going to fight. See, that's what we want to hear from the manager of the year. Who is Devin Haney's fighting next? That's what we don't want to hear about what Young Thug did or what Young Thug didn't do. And that we want to know, when is Devin Haney going to be back in action? Because when we watch Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and shout out to Knockout Boxing, he asked Bill Haney, who y'all got on your plate, since you said, y'all at the table. Who y'all got at the table? Who's on your plate? Who's on your agenda? Who y'all fighting next? Bill Haney says, oh, I don't have nobody on the table, even though we just heard him 5 minutes prior to that say he did. That's all I'm saying. So you can't come out publicly as a manager to answer direct questions when a guy who's allowing you on his platform asks you, and listen, the answers is going to be effective to Devin Haney's fan base. But we heard the manager of the year of 2023 get on Knockout Boxing's platform and say that the networks, the Zone and ESPN, are in collusion, in a conspiracy with these promoters. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia's promotion, Devin Haney versus Lomachenko's promotion, Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis' promotion. They all colluded against the Haneys to defraud them by miscalculating or intentionally miscalculating the pay-per-view buys in an effort to dissuade the Haneys, for them to believe that they didn't meet the pay-per-view threshold to receive the 2 to 5% back in money. But yet and still, the manager of the year said all of that with no proof, with no evidence, with no documentation, nor with no legal ramification against any of those three powerhouses. But the manager of the year, Bill Haney, did say, I'm just telling you what the man said now. He did say that they are suing Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. Want to know why? You guessed it. Because Ryan Garcia had to forfeit $1.1 million to De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions because of the suspension that he suffered with the New York State Athletic Commission. So wait, you're not going to sue none of these companies, none of these platforms for collusion, but you're suing for money that De La Hoya got through the New York State Athletic Commission penalizing Ryan Garcia? We need answers. This is the manager of the year saying these things. But yet and still, Devin Haney got on, you see it on your screen, on X, formerly known as Twitter, and he said these BA promoters are effing the game up. That's why he hasn't fought. Boxing Hacker, I love to hear your experience in the chat. You use the word quote unquote no experience. I love to hear it. You can click the link, Boxing Hacker. I'd love to talk to you real quick. Anybody can click the link, by the way. These things that I'm talking about are all facts and they're all verifiable. You're saying he's doing great for someone with no experience. I'm glad you said that, boxing hacker, because I have a question for you. Well, what is Bill Haney actually doing? You said he's doing great for someone with no experience. What is he actually doing? Can you tell us in the chat or click the link and come up and holler at me? Either way, it's fine with me. This is no debate. I just want to ask you a question. That's all. I'm just asking a question. If you said he's doing great for someone with no experience, well, what is he doing that is so great? Because the last time I checked, and I'm not, trying to discredit the guy, but we got to keep it 100. The last time I checked, there's a picture of someone else training his son in the gym, as always. And then there's somebody on your screen right there who's helped his son enhance his performance, and that's Victor Conti. And then all of the promoters that they dealt with, they signed exclusive contracts with them to receive guaranteed purses. Hold on, let me get my man off the screen. Hold up, let me get this dude off the screen real quick. Boxing Hacker is here, so let me get that picture off the screen, Boxing Hacker. Then I'm gonna let you on real quick. My brother is here. I didn't even know he was here. My God. Oh, wait a minute, man. I got to salute him every time. Every time. KQ, KC, Boxing Network in the chat. Double salute to KQ, the singing OG. And I have to say this, and I'm not saying this just because he's here. KQKC is one of the best commentators that I ever heard when it comes to color commentating on the sport of boxing. KQKC does a way better job than these guys. No disrespect to these guys on the zone and ESPN. KQKC does a way better job than all of them put together, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Don't get mad at me. And some of y'all been hating on KQ. Some of y'all been hating on him, but he's doing a great job as a content creator. Double salute to my guy, KQ. KQ in the chat says, what it do, Manager Marty? A DAM good content creator. Absolutely, man. I appreciate the love, man. Hey, KQ, I was watching the video you did. Was that Friday? No, it was Friday. It was Friday. After I did my live. I saw I don't know when you did the live, your live, but it was the last live you did. I was listening to it on Friday around like 1 o'clock p.m. or something. Or no, 11 o'clock a.m. Anyway, I can't remember the time, but it was on Friday. You did a great job breaking down Bill Haney, man. You did a wonderful job, KQ. Now, speaking of Bill Haney, there's a guy, Boxing Hacker. You Boxing Hacker, you here?
Yeah, I'm right here. What's up? What's up, man,
All right,
Jamari?
what's up, big dog? Hold on, let me put you on the screen. I gotta change my hold up. I haven't
Hey,
done
boy.
StreamYard in a little minute. Hold, let me damn how you what's the name? My layout. Let me change the layout so that people can see what's going on.
Okay.
Hold on, let me change my layout here. There you go.
There you
There
go.
you go. What's going on, big dog?
What's up, man? What's up? How's it going?
Oh man, I ain't making no noise, man. Just trying to see what's good with the people, man, when it comes down to Bill Haney and I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help the Haneys, brother. I'm trying to help Bill and Devin, brother.
I mean, it's an interesting way to help. I don't know if that really constitutes as help that much, but I'll say this, right? I'll put this in perspective for you, right? When you say who's training Devin or who's training any fighter, you have to realize most people have a team of trainers, right? You look at someone like Crawford, he has Bomac, who might be the head trainer and coach, but may not be the one holding the mitts. He may not be the one doing strength and conditioning, but he's the one that orchestrates everything, you know. And I think people get misconstrued. They see, oh, this guy is the one holding the mitts for Devin, or this guy is the one showing Devin how to like throw a particular shot. It doesn't mean they're the head trainer. You know, it doesn't mean they're a head coach. You know, I think what Devlin and Bill has been doing, and I think that they've been doing since the amateur days, is they've been learning from different gyms, and it came to a point where Bill felt like he learned enough to help gear his child to championships, and which he did. You know, and we can't just sit here and discredit. Oh, Bill does nothing for Devin. He's just a spokesperson. No, he actually is helping train Devin. a lot of things we've seen in videos before where Bill is giving instruction to Devin, and that's also constitutes training. It's not just holding the mitts, because people can hold the mitts for you and not even be training you. Holding the mitts is just holding the mitts. So I think that's where what I'm trying to like sort of like relay to everybody. You know, are you with me, Manager Marty?
Yes, sir. I'm still here. Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah,
listening to you.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna relay to everybody. Also, when it comes to experience, I feel like there's a lot of coaches that haven't had amateur fights, haven't had pro fights. Some of them just maybe have been in a boxing gym. Some of them, I don't know. Some of them pick it up from different places, and they still end up being coaches. I think that's always been seen in boxing, at least from what I've seen and experienced. I've seen coaches who have never had one amateur fight. They probably just sparred people, and they still end up being coaches because they felt like they can teach better than they can fight, or whatever the reason may be. So to sort of like discredit him because he never competed. So I think that's sort of like an unfair statement, at that point. And that's basically where I'm at with it.
So I have a question, Boxing Hacker,
Yeah, go
for
ahead.
you, because you
Yeah.
talked about holding the mitts, and um, I don't know if you are familiar with my experience in the sport of boxing. Besides me being a manager,
Mhm.
um, I'm very well familiar with the responsibilities of a trainer, and I'm not even talking about holding the mitts. When Bill Haney was talking to Devin Haney in the corner of the Lomachenko fight, did you hear some of what he was saying to
Yeah.
to Devin?
Yeah.
When Devin seemed like he was under duress.
Yeah.
Do you remember what Bill Haney was saying to Devin?
Do I remember what Bill said? I remember Devin said that he thinks that Lone Chick will figure out what they were doing.
That's what Devin Haney said to his dad, right?
Right. Right. I don't remember his response to that. No. I don't
Mm,
know if they allowed it to play on that long.
yeah.
Yeah.
hmm Well, the reason why I brought that up is because one of the most critical pieces of responsibilities that are overlooked most of the time when you talk about boxing trainers is
Yeah.
during a professional fight, the boxing trainer has to give motivation and instruction to be able to help, galvanize the boxer to make the adjustments in that particular round and
Yeah.
will that fighter to win not just that round but also that fight.
Okay.
And I haven't seen or heard of any instruction, like legitimate instruction, that Bill Haney gave to Devin um, when he fought like Lomachenko. He was in trouble in that fight. When he fought Ryan Garcia, he was in trouble in that fight. So,
Okay.
so when I'm talking about training, I'm not just talking about in the gym or who holding the mitts or holding the water or putting the mouthpiece in the fighter's mouth or anything like that. I'm talking about the intangibles, and that most of the time is only understood when that trainer has experienced themselves. And so when you talk about training, it's easy for you to say, well, Bill Haney is the trainer. He don't have to hold the mitts. But I'm actually going the extra mile by saying there's another trainer that helped Devin Haney win those titles and move up and weight successfully. And that's Victor Conti. And we can't deny it because, hey, Devin Haney himself is on a Netflix documentary, and you know I got the audio recorded to prove it, where he said that Victor Conti is a mad scientist, and it is performance enhancing. He didn't use, and he said his quote was, "It is performance enhancing, but just without the drugs." So we know that Devin Haney's performances is being enhanced in the last 10 or 11 fights that he's been with Victor Conti. Shouldn't we give Victor Conti and the Snack Protocol credit?
Okay, I like the way you put that. All right, let's clarify one thing. What you just mentioned about Bill Haney is not about training. You're talking about ringside coaching, right? So what I stated, I think you agree with that he does help train Devin. But what you're saying is that he didn't help. Maybe in certain circumstances when Devin was in trouble, he didn't help. His coaching in ringside wasn't, to your knowledge, adequate. I'm guessing, right? So can we be on one-on-one with that right there?
No, I'm basically saying that Bill Haney does not train Devin Haney.
Okay, let me clarify again. Training, what he did, what they do before the fight is constituted as training, right? When you're in the fight, that's not training. So if you're saying he does not train Devin, then why are you giving examples of things that happened during the fight? He's not training Devin during the fight. He's coaching Devin to do things in the fight, but he's not training him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand how you're
Yeah.
trying to.
He's so, and to my response to that, when you look at the Lomachenko fight, you realize this, right? Lomachenko was a genius amateur, one of the best amateurs we've seen in modern history. I believe he was 3-9-6-1, two Olympic gold medals. The last time he lost, I think, was right before he turned pro, and and he was one of the best amateurs. Since then, he's been outboxing people for a long period of time. When Bill,
Who was outboxing him?
no, he's been out. Lomachenko's been outboxing people for a long period of time.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of fighters and coaches have also faced Lomachenko and lost. I'm sure you won't describe them as being coaches because they lost, right? But
No,
anyway,
I'm not. So I'm
well,
not talking. So I think let's
well,
be
let
clear.
me land with this before you
Okay.
continue,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Let me
sir.
land with this before you continue. When it
Okay.
came to Lomachenko versus Devin fight, you realize one thing: the game plan they had implemented was very smart, you know. And I remember Bill Haney talked about. He said we knew that Lomachenko was going to look for our jab because we're always known for a great jab, you know. And so what we're gonna do is sort of trick Lomachenko because this is part of boxing strategy, right? The person you're fighting is gonna do tape study of you, so you came out completely different. Devin came out completely different in that fight where he wasn't executing the jab that much, and they were concentrating on body work. That way they can take away from Lomachenko's angles, which was a very smart game plan. Now the fact that at the 11th round, they say, "Oh, I feel like, oh, Lomachenko figured me out." Of course, that does happen. You know, that does happen because at the end of the day, if me and you are fighting and you're doing the same thing, or you have a strategy, after a while, I'm gonna be like, "Okay, this is this guy's strategy. We need to switch things up." So Lomachenko made adjustments to what Devin was doing, and that's what Devin was commenting on. I didn't hear what Bill said. I will say this though: the round after that, Devin won all three judges' scorecards. So I I I feel like it's a safe assumption to say that whatever Bill did tell him in the lane, or whatever transpired between the two, Devin was able to come out and make the better adjustments to win to end up winning that fight. And that 12th round is what gave Devin the win, if you remember. It stopped it from being a draw.
Hmm. I see. But
Yeah.
Dr. Hacker, I want to say this right now. I respect, you know me. I'll let you come up and everything. It's all good. I respect that. You still haven't answered my question, bro. I asked you about because we talking about training with Bill Haney, and I'm asking, and I asked you, shouldn't we give a lot of the training credit to Victor Conti for helping Devin Haney's performances be enhanced? That's why I was asking you, brother.
Okay, so that's a different question, right? So I mean, if you want to say Victor Khan is part of the strength and conditioning, I don't know how much role he plays in that per se, but I do remember that Devin was training with Snack, so you can add it to
You don't know what role.
how much of a role they play. So
What?
the yeah, nobody. I'm not part of their training camp, so I don't know. Like, is it like just throughout the training camp? Like, I don't know how far they train with him, but I will say that if you want to give credit to Victor Conti as being part of their strength and conditioning, that's fine. Why not? I see no problem with that at all.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's not qualified as a nutritionist or certified, nor is he qualified as a
Yeah,
trainer. Hold on, let me finish.
that's fine. Who's
He's
qualified
not.
as a trainer?
No, no, no.
What
I'm just
trainer license do you have for boxing?
no. Huh?
So we say you're not. So people can still train you in different conditioning and not have uh nutritionist license. They could not have any kind of license. Well, you know that, right? It wouldn't be the first time.
No.
You
What I'm
only
saying.
yeah.
No,
Go ahead.
no. I what I'm trying to get at is the credentials. I wasn't even talking about whether you need a license to be a nutritionist or not. I'm just saying he's not certified as one. And actually there are certifications for nutritionists. When you said who needs a license to train, every trainer needs a license, or Bill Haney wouldn't be in the corner as the chief second. He needs a license to be in that corner during a professional bout. Just wanted to put that out there. Um, what I'm basically getting at is the successes. This is what I'm really getting at. The successes that Bill Haney, excuse me, the successes that Devin Haney has experienced is not solely because Bill Haney's the manager of the year, Bill Haney's the trainer, Bill Haney's the CEO of DHP. Um, it's really because of the other people that most people don't give the credence to, because Bill Haney overshadows them, and he also even overshadowed his own son. And that's why I'm saying to Bill Haney, all Bill Haney has to do is do three things. Number one, shh, be quiet. Number two, go in the background, let Devin Haney get the shine. Let the fighter get the experience to connect with the paying audience, to connect with his image. And then number three, learn the business of boxing. That's the only three things I've been saying that Bill Haney should do. And I've been labeled as a hater for doing so.
Yeah. And I would sort of agree with that sentiment. So I'll say this, right? I agree with you with this, right? Where yes, so they're like I said, they have a team in place. You can't say Bill Haney
Who
is
have a team
so
in place? Who?
DHP. Most fighters have teams. It's not just one person. You know, they have a team of people that.
Who on the team of who on the team of Devin Haney and
So we've
DHP?
seen Yoel Judah, the king kickboxer himself, Yoel Judah.
Yeah,
We've seen Floyd Mayweather's boy be there. We've seen a number of different strict conditioning coaches. So we've seen people on. We've seen Mickey Bay as well. So we've seen different people
but
on
people
Devin
don't.
Haney's team.
But that's my point, boxing hacker. People
Yeah,
don't acknowledge them.
why not? They've been acknowledged. I mean, they're not at the forefront. They are. But I know them. I feel like most people in the chat who
Does
follow
the
boxing
paying does the paying audience know them?
doesn't paint you mean the casual audience because
That's correct. Yes.
so the cat I can't speak for like
Okay,
everybody,
great. I'm
but I
glad you
know
said
that
that.
they are just like okay Crawford's team. Do you know everybody on Crawford's team? Crawford has a whole team of people that
No,
focus
no,
on
no. I'm
different
not
things.
disputing
Yeah,
boxing hacker. I'm trying to illustrate a point. I'm not disputing none of that. What I'm
yeah,
trying to get you to see is that the reason why the paying audience, the casual boxing fan,
mm,
is not connecting with the image of Devin Haney so that he can reach and out excel and exceed the threshold to get that back end money they keep talking about is because his
mm.
dad is overshadowing him with these extra antics and the
I,
manipulation that he does on social media, and it's not working.
I disagree. So I'll say this
Wow,
for
that's
uh,
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy, but it's true, right? So when you say he's not connecting, you have to realize one thing, right? Right now, like I'll say this, like you guys represent a particular fan base, you know. You guys represent a particular fan base, and that fan base, may or may not like Devin Haney. Devin Haney also has a very loyal fan base, regardless of what people, regardless of what people think. That fan base that Devin Haney has is very loyal, and those people will are not on the same page. They like what Devin is doing.
What
You know
demographic does Devin Haney? Let's see if you understand where I'm really going at with this. What demographic does Devin Haney service?
what demographic? I mean,
Yes.
primarily the you'll say like African American, right? Black.
Okay, that's Black African American. Okay. When the
Yeah.
last time you seen Devin Haney compete against a Black or African American fighter?
When was the last time I seen Regis Progress?
Regis Programs, they wouldn't consider. Now he is a minority, but they wouldn't consider him Black or African American.
They wouldn't consider Regis Progress African American.
I
Who
don't believe
who
he's
wouldn't?
African American. Huh?
Where's he from? Mexico? Come on,
No,
man.
no, no. He is an American. He's from I believe New Orleans. But I'm just saying
Hey,
generally speaking, he's a minority, but people won't consider him Black and or African American. So
they
I'm just
wouldn't
asking about the
consider Regis
demographic.
Progress an African American.
Okay, great.
Regis
Regis
is
Programs.
an African American. There's
Okay,
no yeah.
I
I
didn't.
don't know. A Black American. What do you consider Regis if he's not African American?
No, no, I thought he was. I actually thought that, and I could be wrong. I thought that Regis Progrades was mixed with Black and or African American and another culture.
What culture?
I don't know. I just thought that he was. I'm just trying to prove a point to
Are you
you.
saying because he's light skinned?
No, no, no. I'm just proving a point to you. So where I'm getting at really with this,
Yeah.
when it comes to the business of boxing, because that's really the perspective I'm coming at with everything that I've been saying about the Haneys and everybody else.
Yeah.
There's a reason why his demographic isn't, when you talk about the fan base,
Okay.
his demographic being African American or and or black, but he's not competing against that in the ring. It's a reason for that.
But he just fought a black. He just fought a black person. I don't understand. Like he literally just fought. The fight before Ryan was a black guy. I don't know how Regis is not considered African American.
How many pay-per-view
One
fights
day
did
if
he
he ever
do?
comes up, I'm gonna ask him if he's African American or not. But to me, I think for like majority, unless you just consider like very light people not African American, I think he's an African American. You have to say he just fought African American. See how that works? You know. So I don't know. And when it comes to like him selling or not selling or not reach out to the demographic, if you remove the cash cow, let's look at it relatively, right? Right now, you'll say Tank Davis in the lower weights is like the cash cow. Maybe in a way, I don't know how. I think he's doing great in like in Japan, but if you remove Tank Davis and in a way, right? Who's having a better outreach besides them hanging at those lower weights right now? Because
Uh,
from my standpoint, Devin Haney is the only other one that's been producing pay-per-views besides Tank at those lower weights. You know, so it's I don't know, it's a little bit far-fetched. You know.
so this is where I'm going at. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm coming at it from the business. So I'm
Okay.
not here trying to dispute. I'm not trying to dispute whether or not Regis is black and or African American. That's not my point. What I'm really trying to say. So I'm trying to break it down because most people understand what I'm saying and some people don't. So I'm trying to have balance between two different audiences here. What I'm trying to get at is majority of the black and or African American boxers, they usually sell very well against other fighters or opponents who are not of the same race. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So when we look at Devin Haney competing in the ring against these other opponents who are not black and or African American, he's
Yeah.
not doing well.
So
He's
that's where
not he's not doing well compared to what the expectation is. You see what
so,
I'm talking about?
so
Like
like
for
if
example, if you put Tank Davis in there in the ring versus Ryan Garcia, we know that's
sure.
going to sell big, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
put Floyd Mayweather in there against a Marcos McDonough, we know that's going to sell good.
Okay.
Adrian Broner versus McDonough is going to sell good. That's where I'm
Yeah.
getting at with this.
So
But when you put Devin Haney in there in the ring with a fighter or an opponent who's not of the same nationality as him, it's not meeting or exceeding their expectations, which is why Bill Haney is on record on Knockout Boxing claiming that they're not reaching the threshold because of a conspiracy.
okay, so let's clarify one thing, right? I say if you do this relatively and you remove the cash cow, because you right now you name the cash cow of this generation and the cash cow of last generation of Floyd Mayweather, right? If you remove the current cash cow who's doing better than everybody, exponentially better than everybody, Devin Haney at lower weights, there is nobody doing better than Devin Haney. Do you
So
realize
then
that?
why is his father saying that they're not meeting the
Well,
threshold?
let's first clarify that. Do you realize that though? Do you realize
I
that
don't
if
agree with that. I need evidence to support
you
your thesis.
so you need evidence to support my thesis that who else has done pay per view at the lower weights besides Devin and Tank and their opponents?
You keep saying Devin. Why you keep adding Devin? He's not getting the threshold. He's
Yeah,
not meeting the
I'm not saying
threshold.
I didn't say anything about threshold. You're saying that he's not doing well. Well, if you grade everything on a curve and the top person of the curve is of course Tank, who's doing better than everybody. If you're
They're
gonna say,
not. When I
oh,
say doing
Devin
well,
not doing good as Tank, then you
boxing,
say
box,
everybody at the lower weight's not doing good.
boxing hacker. You and
Yeah.
I know. You and I know. When I say doing well, I'm talking about exceeding expectations. You and I know that Devin Haney will not outsell a Ryan Garcia. You and I know that.
Well, I'm not outsell Ryan Garcia against Tank. Yes, maybe not. So, like I said, you're focused on the cash cow. There are
No,
thousands
I'm
of
not.
boxers.
You brought up the cash cow. I'm
No,
trying to. I'm
you
trying to.
did. Okay.
I'm not. I'm
Okay.
not talking about no. I never mentioned the word cash cow. What I'm trying to do is
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you how the business of boxing work, and you're challenging me because you cool with the Haneys or that's your people or you
It's not about being
advocate for
cool.
them.
I think it's an unfair assertion that you're making. So, and the reason why is, like I said,
His
if you look at
father
it,
is saying this, bruh.
you if you look at it relatively, Okay,
No,
if you
I'm
look,
going by what is that. Let's okay. How about this?
okay,
Can
okay,
we just
even
go
without
by?
I'll address that in 1 minute, right? I'll address what you're saying in 1 minute. But if you look at it relatively, right? If you're gonna say Denver's not doing well, then you have to say everybody in the lower weights is also not doing well. Considering Devin Haney is the only one that's headlining a pay per view besides the cash cow. You know that, right? So like so it's relative, right? You will have to say in the lower weights, Devin Haney is probably doing like maybe like the third best, second or third best, right? If the second or third best is not doing well, then everybody else behind them is doing terrible. You see how that works? But you're
Okay,
not, yeah,
boxing hacker, you're trying to tell me about the business of boxing, bro. What I'm
yeah.
trying to tell you is that according to what Bill Haney is saying, that's all I'm saying, bro. We got to go by his words. We're not
Yes,
talking about
yes,
relative. I just want to
yes.
go by the words of Bill Haney.
If you
So,
want, so if you want to talk about the whole Bill Haney and knockout boxing conversation, you have to realize one thing: it was a conversation between whether it was a better deal for them to go with Turkey or to take a 55-45 split with Top Rank, right? Now, Bill Haney's argument is that why would they take a lower cut? You know, because at the end of the day, this guy Tio has proven to bring in nothing to the table. He's proven to bring in nothing. So if we're doing projections of how the fight will do, we have to say that based on the evidence provided, that they will be the ones that'll generate the most fan base. And that's just one thing, right? And that also brings the perspective that hey, these guys have a threshold that we have to meet. And now we have to meet this threshold with a person who brought nothing, who's bringing nothing to the table. We don't know how it's going to do. This might do worse than the Ryan Garcia fight at the end of the day because this person here has projected nothing. We can't even do any projection. We're talking about a guy who's never made $1 million in a fight. You know. So what Bill Haney said was actually very, very to me was correct. Like, why would I take a chance and take a lesser split when I'm projected to be the A side? When hey, I can accept this flat rate right here. It's an enormous flat rate, and I think hey, we're good with it.
boxing hacker,
And when you
let's
never
be
made this
clear.
money, why not?
Boxing hacker, let's be clear about something.
Yes.
Every fight that Devin Haney has had, and I'm not criticizing him. Let's deal
Sure.
with the truth.
Okay, let's do it.
Every fight that Devin Haney has competed in
Yeah.
has been through a guaranteed purse, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I don't know. What you mean
their
minus
whole entire
no
hold
back
up,
end? You mean minus there's
hold
no
up,
back end?
hold up. Their
Yeah.
whole entire business model is to capture guaranteed purses, brother. That's the whole business model.
I don't
They
know that
don't
business
do.
model.
They don't listen. They
When
don't
did
do well. They don't do well with going through the back end split as their primary source of compensation. They don't as free agents. We know this already. I'm not
I
criticizing them. I'm just saying in general, bro.
so I also put this in perspective, right? Doing well and not doing well. We also don't have numbers. We're just speculating this, right?
But that's not what Bill Haney said. See, when we look at
Bill
tweets
Haney
like
just
this,
said, yeah,
look, the tweet on your screen, and I don't want to belabor the point with this.
yeah,
The Devin Haney said, ask Turkey, he sent the offer.
yeah,
My thing is, if Turkey Al Shiki sent an offer, and I might be mispronouncing his last name, but
yeah,
if Turkey sent the offer for Devin Haney to fight Teofimo Lopez,
yeah,
and they turned the fight down, when Knockout asked Bill, why did they turn the fight down?
yeah,
Bill Haney, and I can pull it up right now and let you hear his voice. He said it. He said, I'm not doing it.
yeah,
I'm the manager of the year 2023, and I'm not doing it. I'm
yeah,
not fight. We are not fighting Tio on Top Rank.
yes,
That what Bill Haney said?
yes. We're not taking the deal of 55-45. Yes,
No, I didn't ask you that. Is that what Bill Haney said?
but that was the reason because of the 55-45 split.
Okay,
Yeah,
then. So if Turkey sent an offer, they're not going to fight on Top Rank anyway. They're not going to fight on ESPN anyway.
Eh,
Because that's the whole point of him saying that they've been colluding against him with the numbers.
yeah.
You know they're
So
gonna fight on the zone. We all know that if he fight him, right?
right or rehash season. So, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. So
But
when you
did he say it's
yeah
because I'm not doing it?
Yeah, and the reason he gave for not doing it is because of the type of like split they were trying to
But where was the evidence that he came up with, bro? See,
where
this
was
is
the
where now I'm
evidence?
gonna
Wait, wait,
challenge
wait,
all of
wait,
y'all
wait,
now.
wait,
What
wait, wait,
evidence did hold on? What
wait.
evidence did Bill Haney provide to substantiate what he just said?
What part?
Anything that he said on Knockout Boxing's channel that you defended.
So the first part is that. So the first part was agreed. I think, who said it? Bob Aaron also said they were trying to offer 55-45. I think T also said they wanted to offer 55-45. Bill
I
said,
didn't ask you that.
so yeah,
Okay, let
no.
me
So this
clarify
is
something.
so
Okay, let
when
me
we talk about evidence, right? Because we could take that evidence thing and we can go a long way. I can say, hey, there's no evidence that they even did bad to begin with, right? It's all
I didn't
speculation. But
see you see
well,
what's
let's
happening
do this
here?
though.
No,
Yeah.
nobody can answer the question.
No, this is evidence
Where
though,
is
right?
the bro?
Yeah.
Where is the evidence to substantiate what Bill Haney is saying? Why can't we verify these words, bro?
Why can't we verify there was a 55-45 split?
Why whatever he's
It,
saying,
what
why
it
can't
was verified by Bob Aaron himself. What else, what evidence do you want? Do you want to see a contract?
no, I'm talking about from Bill Haney, bro.
So what Bill Haney said was already verified from Bob Aaron, right? Bob Aaron already verified that they wanted to offer the Devin Haney fight for 55-45. Tio also said the same thing. And Tio said, I will be 55, he will be 45. Both Bob Aaron and Tio were on the same page.
Okay, so they said no. So they said
And
no,
Bill
right?
said no because it didn't make sense. Yes.
Okay, great. So they said no. So
So
now
that's
who
evidence for that, right? Can we
great.
say that?
Okay, fine.
Okay,
They don't want to do the split. And
sure.
I get it. I got
Okay.
it. I get it. Now, who are they fighting next?
They didn't announce that yet.
No, no, but why not? The man haven't been in the ring in 8 months.
There's a lot of people who haven't announced fights yet
See,
either,
there you
right?
go again.
No,
See,
I mean,
nobody.
wait.
See,
It doesn't mean they're
see,
not going to fight. So I think people are over exaggerating because I can pretty much bet that they're
bro,
going to fight in 2025.
when you a manager, hold up. When you
Yeah.
managing fighters, let me tell you about what I do and what managers do. When you manage a fighter, if you're not a free agent,
Mm.
you don't have control over the time frame, of course. But when you are a free agent as a fighter and you have a manager, man, your next three fights already lined up.
So
So if
who are
one don't
so
fall,
who are Tank's
so if
next three
one, hold
fights
up.
then?
So if one, hold on, let me teach you something. So if one falls through, you
Uh
have a plan B. You telling me
okay.
there is no plan B and plan C. That's not
That's
good
not
business, bro.
true. That's not true. So yes, you're right. However, what you're not saying is this, right? When fighters announce their fight, it's not primarily when the fights are being talked about being made. They may announce when it gets close to the fight date. That's what you're neglecting to
Bro,
mention. So
Bill Haney's on social
they may
media.
have
Hold up.
options
Bill
that we
Haney,
don't
time
know
out.
about.
Boxing hacker.
Yeah.
Bill Haney is on social media every other. I mean, I'm just exaggerating every other day,
Yeah.
but he's on social media every week. You mean to tell me it's not his responsibility, since y'all keep saying he speaks for Devin, to talk about what's next, to
Mm.
encourage the fan base of Devin Haney, to
So when
inform
the
them?
so I'll say this again. They don't normally announce fights until
Who
they
is
have.
they? We talking about Bill Haney. He announced
Yes,
everything else.
Bill Haney also said that he has options as well. So if you listen to the
Okay,
whole
but
knocker interview,
point the option
it
out.
doesn't mean
What's
that
the
he has
other
to
option?
release it that moment in time. Do you realize that, right? Just
We
because I have
want to.
options as a manager doesn't mean I have to release it at that particular moment in time. And we've seen this with even your favorite fighters do the same thing. They have fight. When did you hear about the Lamont Roach fight? It wasn't when he first got signed. You heard
I'm
about
not
it later
talking
on.
about a promotion company. I'm talking about Bill Haney using
It's the
social
same
media
thing.
to,
BHP,
bro,
GTD, they're their own promotion
boxing
company.
Haney, boxing Haney. Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, boxing hacker. But go ahead.
Excuse me, box. Do I say boxing Haney?
Yeah. Go
That
ahead.
sounds like a great new name for you jumping on
There you go,
everybody's
buddy.
channel
There you
defending
go.
him.
There
Boxing
you go.
Haney.
There you go,
All right, I'm
buddy.
gonna give you boxing hacker. Boxing hacker. Listen
Yeah,
real
what's up,
quick, right?
brother?
The point that I'm trying to make is
Yeah,
that Bill Haney is using social media platforms to talk about Young Thug, to talk for his 26-year-old son, to
yeah.
denigrate other black fighters, to do all of
I
this
don't know about that part, but yeah,
nonsense. And all I'm saying is use the platform to build the brand and help Devin Haney's fan base understand what's next for the guy, because he hasn't fought in 8 months.
yeah.
That's what
So,
I'm talking about, the
which is
business side of it, bro.
which makes sense, right? Because you have to. I was talking about this in Knockout Channel yesterday. Bill Haney's job is basically like a manager and promoter. His job is to be at the forefront of the media. So like a lot
Whose
of what
job?
Bill Haney, part of Bill Haney's
No.
job is to be at the forefront.
Says
He
who?
said it
Says
himself.
who?
Says
Wait, time
him.
out. Says who?
Bill Haney has said that himself. He
No, no, no. I'm asking you. Says who? Who
says Bill
said
Haney
part of his job is to do what?
to be at the forefront of the media.
Is he doing a good job in your opinion, boxing, having
Yes, yes.
honesty?
Because guess what?
Wow.
Guess what? Guess
That's
what,
crazy.
Margin? Hey, Manager Marty.
That's crazy work.
Me and you are talking about Devin and Bill right now, and other people have fights that are lined up very soon. But right now, your whole topic is about Bill and Devin. So him keeping it
Well, that's
in the
because of
media
his tweet. That's
works.
because of his recent
The
tweet.
channel
I'm going
before
to
this,
talk about
the YouTube before this was me. We're talking about Devin.
well, the
It stuff
reason why I'm
works.
talking about him is because
Yeah,
his recent tweet. Because he doesn't have a fight coming up. Now, the other people that do have fights coming up, I'm going to talk about them when we get there. We're not even in
yeah,
January yet. I have my own program
yeah, yeah,
of how I
yeah.
do things.
People talk. I feel like people talk about Bill and Devin. Bill keeps people Devin in the thoughts of like fan bases
And it's not
for a
and
long
it's
period of
not
time.
putting
And it's
no money
good.
in their pocket. And it's destroying their fan base.
I
And it's
don't know
destroying
about
his
that because
brand.
it also helps them sell.
Selling
Like
what?
it also helps them sell. But guess what? The people that hate Devin are gonna be like, you know what? I just want to see this dude get knocked out. If he puts on a fight with somebody that's tough or Ryan, they're gonna end up watching the fight. The people that like Devin are gonna
But we
support it.
want to what I'm saying
So
is we want
it's
to
still
see
good good
We want to
publicity
see
at the end of
Bill
the day,
we
huh?
want to see Bill Haney use social media, since y'all keep saying part of his job is to talk for Devin or talk to the media. We want to
Yeah,
see him use the platform to sell merchandise, to sell products, right? To talk more positive, to try to galvanize the casual boxing fan to
yeah.
really, really um, get behind Devin Haney, because Devin Haney always going through these things on social media. And that's what I'm talking about, the business. And also, let me just say this, because people in the chat talking about whether or not Regis is black. That's not the point that I'm making. Some people don't identify as black, and some people do. The point that I was really making, and I don't know what nationality Regis is. So that, and I said that. But the point that I'm really making is most 95% of the fights that Devin Haney has competed in professionally is against fighters that are of other ethnicities. Okay, so if Regis is African American and or black,
Yeah.
awesome. We're glad to hear that. But my point
Okay.
is, if he's fighting against other opponents of other ethnicities, he should be doing well with the selling,
He should be doing well with the selling.
selling, selling, selling,
Like I said, if you
selling.
look at it relatively, he is doing well. But you're
And he
only
don't,
you only
and
compare it against
guess
the
what?
top.
And he
Yeah,
don't fight blacks. If he fought one black out of the last 10 fights, he don't fight blacks. It's a
that's
business
no,
model, and
no,
there's
no.
nothing wrong with that.
Your
I'm not
question was
criticizing
who
that.
was the last black person he fought? I said Regis Prograde. You discredited him as a black individual. I don't know why, but Regis is black,
I,
and that was
I
the last
I
person
didn't
he
know he
fought.
was black, so I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't mind being on record saying, okay, maybe I'm wrong. He is black, but the point that I'm making is the business model. You sell more fighting outside of the ethnicity. That's really where I was getting at.
And Devin and Bill are doing. I don't. So if you, like I said, the cash cow. If you want to be relative to just Tank himself, oh, who's selling? That everybody in boxing is doing terrible. Your
I'm
favorite,
not talking about Tank
but
Davis,
if you
bro.
take away the top echelon, who is Tank? And I give it to that brother. He what the model that
Why
him and
did
Floyd and Showtime put together to make him that big is great. If you take him out the picture, Devin Haney is one of the top
I'm
sellers.
glad to hear that. Okay, so Devin
Yeah.
Haney's a cash cow. I'm glad to
I
hear
didn't say the
that.
catch. He's one of the top sellers in the
Okay,
lower
he's the
weight.
top seller. Okay, you
Yeah,
know what? He's one of the top sellers, no problem. Let me ask you a question, since he's one of the top sellers then.
sure.
How come none of the promoters came to his aid uh, during the purse bid with Bob Arum? Just wanted
They
to ask
did.
that question real
So
quick.
when you look at fights, right? It's not just one fighter, right? They look at the chemistry of the fight. They're gonna say how much traction is it gonna generate. So to them, maybe they felt like, based on what happened with the last Ryan fight, because you go when you figure out how much a fight's worth is based on projections. You don't actually know the value of the fight. You sort of project like, okay, this fighter won the last fight. There were great numbers, so on and so forth, right? But the last fight with Ryan, was big controversy. Big controversy. Some people still believe Devin lost despite the steroid, the cheating. Some people feel like Devin was done wrong.
I'm not talking
So
about
all
some
of no,
people.
we saw.
Not some people. I'm asking about the promoters, bro.
Yeah,
Why
so the
didn't he get
reason
the
why the
support?
promoters may not bid high for that fight is because based on all that logic put together, they're gonna be like, well, you find this guy Liam Pro, he's not that, he's big, but he's not that big, and you're coming off a controversial loss. So like a controversial loss that was turned over. So
I said,
we
Hacker,
don't
I
see
got a
it selling that
question.
well. Hold
Wait,
on, one second.
could it be, no,
Yeah.
no, could it be that Bill sued one of the promoters? Could it be that after the fight, there was a lot of controversy, negative controversy, and a lot of it was because of Bill? That's one of the reasons why like nobody's picking him up.
Well, I won't say that because what Bill
What do you
suing
mean you
for,
won't say that? I
yeah,
mean,
you're asking me a
I want
question,
you to say
right?
yes or no answer. Yes or no.
No, I wouldn't say
Oh,
that.
okay. I mean, I'm just asking because you about the whole Bill Haney. Everybody knows Bill Haney. This shit is negative towards him. People don't like people don't like Devin because of his dad,
Well, so like I said, there's multiple fan
and that's
bases.
not good press. And a lot of people don't want to deal with him.
So when you
Nobody
say
want to deal
that,
with his son.
so the reason why you believe this because you're in a social media bubble right now, right?
Oh
So
my!
the
Are you?
no,
It's not a
let me
social
let me
media
let me let me
bubble.
just, let me just explain it to you real quick. Every when you turn on YouTube, you're gonna see channels that you like, and it's gonna be based on things that you search. So if you're if you're somebody who's not really pro Devin Haney and you go to the anti Devin Haney channels, you do that, you're always gonna see it on your YouTube, on your Twitter, which is X, on your Facebook and Instagram. So to you, it may feel like that. However, David Haynes still has a very loyal fan base, which is pretty big. And that fan base, it may to you it might be like everybody's against Devin, but that's not everybody. There's just two sides of the
No,
street.
I'm talking about his promotion. I'm talking about people fucking with him.
Yes,
Nobody wants to fuck with him. It's not
because
just because it's
he's
not
suing
fan
because
base. It's
somebody
because how
he's suing.
how you
Yeah,
reacts.
he's suing. Let's be clear. He's suing because he was done wrong in a contractual agreement, right? Based on like PED use. That's why he's suing for. So unless promoters are like, oh my fighter is gonna use PEDs, I don't want to work with this guy, then there should be no problem. Actually, to further this case, um, Eddie Hearns came out and said what he thought what Devin Haney was suing Oscar for was a great thing because now it's putting pressure for promoters to like make sure their fighters are clean. So I don't know. Like I don't think it hurts him. I think it's helping the sport. Hey, if you're about to cheat on me, just know a lawsuit can happen. Put more pressure on it because right now people are like testing positive with no punishment. Like 6 months punishment. I'm not gonna fight in
That's a
6 months.
long answer, and a lot of
Let
I
me
it
got.
is
let me
just.
yo, let me get
I,
this. Let me
I'm
let
going
me
to get
get
out of
this.
here, Manager
Yo,
Marty. I just had to ask this
hold
guy
on
this
one second.
question.
Hold up. Everybody, hold on. Let me regulate this. Let me get this super chat, and then I'm gonna let Freedom talk, and then I think D Calico. You guys are first time here. Hold on, let me get this super chat. Double salute to my guy Jay Brumfield. Appreciate you, Jay, for your contribution and your support to the channel. Jay says in the super chat, Ryan Savage's the promotion of him and Devin leading to the fight. The major promoters use Devin to discourage other fighters from becoming their own. And that was from Jay Brumfield. Appreciate you, Jay. Freedom's March.
yes, sir.
I appreciate you joining. What's up, man?
Yeah, yeah. So what's good? What's good to everybody on the panel and in the chat? Uh, I actually have an answer as to why somebody asked why no one came to bid on the purse with Sandor Martin. I'm
I
gonna.
did. I asked that question.
Okay, so I have answered that. Right. It's simply because, and Eddie Hearn mentioned this himself. It's because Devin refuses to sign a contract with any of these promoters for long, drawn out contracts, multi fight contracts. You heard Eddie Hearn himself say that Devin's not his fighter, and that he's mentioned that multiple times. Eddie Hearn is not foxing with Devin because he won't sign to him. Uh, you know, same thing with Top Rank and that Bob Arum. They are not going to show him any love because he does not want to get into these slave contracts or these multi-fight contracts where they get to dictate his entire career. So that's why no one came to bid on the purse because Devin wants to remain a promotional free agent. He wants to remain his own boss and all that good stuff. So, and he wants,
Okay.
if he's going to co-promote, he wants to be able to be in the rooms to hear the numbers, to get all that type of stuff. And so that's why no one is messing with him now because he will not get into these long drawn out contracts with these promoters who are trying to dictate fighters' careers. And we see what Eddie Hearn is doing with Boots right now. So that's my take on it. Hey, Marty, shout out to you for not, you know, going hard, going in unnecessarily on people that are riding with Devin. Uh,
No, I'm not going to do that. This
for sure.
everybody have their own perspective. I'm not going to do that.
For sure. All right, man. I'm gonna get out of here. But that's my take on it. You know, I'll
I
holler at you.
I appreciate you joining the show. Let
All right, no
me
problem.
let me piggyback off of the point that I was making when he said that slave contract and all of this, and I do not agree with that because I can pull up an interview where Eddie Hearn actually says something to the contrary as well. But what I'm getting at is if Devin Haney has his own promotional company, which is DHP, technically speaking, is really where I was getting at with this. He could have, through the CEO, which is his dad, which they keep claiming that their own boss. They don't need promoters; they're their own boss. So technically speaking, couldn't they have used DHP as the promoter to maybe getting the purse bid on their own behalf against Sandor Martin?
Yeah, they could have been on the fight.
So why didn't they do it?
Good question. I think then Devin mentioned that hey, we should bid on it ourselves.
Oh, okay then. So
Yeah.
that's the point that I'm making. And see, that's where I'm getting at when we keep hearing this, I'm my own boss. We do this. Also, I can show you on the screen real quick before I let everybody go. Bill Haney's on your screen. He says, while they talk, we work. While they doubt, we deliver. Self-made, self-paid. We don't answer to nobody. So my thing is if they are delivering while other people are doubting, then we should see the results being produced. If they're self-made, self-paid, and they don't answer to nobody, we should see the results being produced. And that was an opportunity for Bill Haney, the CEO of DHP Promotions, to basically show, improve that they are their own bosses and that they don't have to answer to nobody. But instead, they did not use their own company to be in a purse bid against their mandatory, but instead, watch this, but instead, this
Mhm.
is what Devin Haney says on your screen, December the 9th. He
Okay.
blamed the promoters for effing the game up, his words, not mine, and that's why he haven't fought. And that's the talk. That's basically a contradiction to what all of Devin Haney's fan base keeps saying. It's a contradiction. It doesn't matter what the promoters are doing when you have your own promotion company. That's where I'm
It,
getting at with this.
it,
When
so
you're your
it,
own boss, when you're your own boss. Let me ask you a question. Since they
yeah.
have their own promotion company, and anybody can answer this, what network do they have a contract with?
Who? Devin DHP.
DHP.
They're their own thing.
No, no. By who? What's the name of the platform that they use?
They normally fight on the zone.
No, no, no. I'm talking about a contract that they have themselves where they can actually use leverage with their promotional company, with other fighters that they're promoting, which none of you probably can name. Um,
Mhm.
what network are they going to be performing their services on?
Right. I don't think they have their own network. I
Okay,
mean,
then.
yeah,
So then if you don't have your own network, which is where these guaranteed purses come from, and I'll teach
yeah.
you about the business of boxing later, then you're not self-made. Then you're not uh in the position to say we don't answer to nobody, because you do answer to somebody because you have to acquiesce to the terms and conditions of basically what the network and the promoter is saying. And that's the point that I'm making. But Bill Haney is on social media disrespecting other people and talking about how he's his own boss and they do their own thing. And that's really the problem. When you look at the behavior patterns, that's all I'm saying, bro. I'm not here to, you know, um, say that they're doing. good or bad, listen, actions speak for themselves. We're looking for results. For example, now let me ask you this:
Yeah, go ahead.
what other events, boxing events, and we can be safe to say local events is okay too. To have local events. There's nothing wrong with local events. Um, but what other boxing events is DHP promoting? I'm talking about when Devin Haney is not fighting.
Yeah, so the only one I knew of, I think there was one with Truck, but after I don't know the local fighters he's promoting.
Right. So that's what I'm asking. So why
Yeah,
not? Bill Haney's on social media every other day, every week, talking about all this other stuff. What fights are they promoting actively now since Devin Haney is not competing? They have their own promotion company.
all right. So I know primarily of Devin. Like I said, the
I'm
only
talking
other
about
card
outside of
they
Devin
did,
Haney. I'm just talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
him.
The only other thing they did, I think they did something with Truck,
And that's
Lorenzo
it?
Sizzle. Yeah, that's the only ones. That's the
Okay.
one I know of.
All
Yeah,
right. All right. D Calico, what's up, bro?
What's happening with you?
What's going on, champ?
Peace to the gods.
salute,
But
salute.
but man, I'm definitely a Haney supporter. You
There's
know what
nothing
I mean?
wrong with that. We appreciate you being here, brother.
Yes, sir.
I'm not a Haney hater. I love all the fighters. I'm a fan of all the fighters, brother. I
Like me,
advocate for all the fighters.
like me personally, I've been saying for years. I mean, that boxing is a dirty sport. Is this didn't just happen because of Haney. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is a dirty sport, and we go year after year. Like if I had a channel and it's the end of the year, I think this time of the year, well, like we need to do a recap on all of the fights, and let's just assume which one some dirty shit took place because it did happen. We can ignore it all we want. You know what I'm saying? Like we could wait on them to put it in the newspaper all we want, but it's happening regardless. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and I agree on that sentiment. I also think that we still, like I said, I think we can't just conclude and say, "Oh, things aren't working out for them." Let's see what happens in 2025. I'm sure they'll announce something. Yeah, let's see. I mean,
Now is let's
let's
see what
let's
happens in
let's be real. Like
2025.
let's 2025.
Their whole 2024 came crashing down, and now let's see what happens in
Yeah,
2025.
2024 didn't go
Yeah, all
as
right.
planned. Yeah,
Like
Hey,
they did have two fights in 2024. Wait, we just fight was in 2024. Yeah,
no,
they're
that was
both
in
in 20.
2023.
Was it 2023? Yeah, December,
Mm-hmm.
right? December. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was very close.
guaranteed contract with a promoter, just like the one before that with Lomachenko. They
Yeah.
wasn't their own bosses then.
Well, they do co-promotional deals. Yeah,
Yeah. We want them
yeah.
to be their own bosses and put on independent
and,
shows when Devin Haney's not competing. That's what we want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see these guys
But they do their own
excel,
independent
man,
show. I just don't know. I don't know them per se. I know
because
they
they're
do independent shows, but I don't know what I haven't
and
been to their
yeah.
shows.
like put it like this. Let's use LeBron James for example.
Yeah,
The longest reigning player ever in NBA history almost, and he's been clean his whole entire career. And
That's
okay.
he's
not what Victor Conti said. Victor Conti said he's suspicious of LeBron James.
yeah, it don't matter what he's saying, but
Oh,
come
all right.
on.
It
But
don't
but
matter what
one,
he say. Your man, you hold up. It don't matter what Victor Conti
people that look
say.
like him, everybody that look like him should say that.
No. I'm gonna ask you a
Is
question.
you
He's
is
saying it
you
don't.
shouldn't say that, brother. You shouldn't say that.
Who me? I shouldn't say what.
Everybody that looks like Victor Conte should say that.
What you mean by that?
You
White?
manager Marty, you shouldn't say that.
Say what?
It's only an opinion. You might want to keep it to yourself.
No, I mean I shouldn't say what. I'm trying to understand what
I
you
mean,
mean.
everyone has the right to their
Like you
opinion.
shouldn't
Yeah,
have any large or anything slanderous to say about LeBron or anybody that you
Oh,
can't.
because they're black.
No, I'm saying slant. Why would you? Why would you slander them?
No. I don't slander anybody. I just wanted to understand what you meant. But let me ask you
I'm
a
yeah.
saying
question. You said we shouldn't listen to Victor Conti, but
I
you
didn't
and
say we
Devin,
shouldn't listen to him. I did not say. I said he should have his white opinion, brother. That's what
white
I'm really saying.
opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's saying like a race car thing.
Oh, because he white.
it's
Yeah,
So
it's
let me
yeah,
ask you a question
it's
on
true.
that then.
It's a small brain thing to me.
Yeah, I get you. I understand.
yeah.
Let me ask you a question on that, D. And I'm glad this is your first time here. I won't hold y'all too long. But Devin Haney, because you support Devin Haney, right?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
All right. Well, he's black and he's over there with the white man, and his performances is being enhanced. What's your take on that?
You think his performance has been enhanced?
No, that's what Devin Haney said. I got the evidence. I can pull it up and let you hear it
That
on
what?
on a documentary. That's what Devin said. He said his performances are being enhanced.
Yeah. I mean, when you train, your
Hold
performance
on,
will
Boxer
enhance.
Hacker. Don't try to take up for him. Let the man answer. He's been
I go
cool.
ahead.
Go ahead, D.
Hey, it's very much possible, and that means we should look at him. We should be looking at Bud. We should be looking at all of those snack fighters. But people not gonna say a damn thing about Bud and people not gonna say a damn thing about the
I
Canelos of the
have.
world.
I have.
Oh, I gotta watch your channel more. I've seen you. I gotta watch every episode. Put it like
You don't
that.
gotta watch every. I can send you some clips, brother.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm gonna
can I
have
tell
to
y'all something real quick before I let y'all go? Did y'all
yeah.
know? I just found this out. I swear to y'all. I wouldn't lie to y'all. I just found this out like 15 minutes ago. Bill Haney threw a shot at me on social media. Did y'all know that?
Mm-mm.
I
No.
did.
No.
Somebody while I was live talking to y'all, somebody just sent it to me like 10 minutes ago.
What do you say?
Oh, he said I'm a manager at Walmart.
Damn. Oh,
I'm sorry for laughing.
so that what the Marty mean? Ah, Walmart.
We got
Walmart.
him now, baby.
I
We got
Yeah,
him.
didn't mean to
we
laugh.
got you now. Nah, I'm messing with
He got me. He got me now.
you.
But yeah, he said I'm a manager at Walmart. So, I mean, hey, he's not the first one that said that,
Okay.
And yeah, they always try to come at me and say I'm a manager of Walmart. The people that be hating, but I love it. But we got to get Bill Haney up here, man, because I want to ask him some questions. I want to
Yeah,
bring him up here, man.
just
Talk to
just
that
like
man.
just send him a message on Twitter. He probably show up.
Huh?
But
It'll probably
yeah,
have to
he
be
probably
on
show up. You
neutral
send him a
grounds.
message on Twitter. I
It'll
mean,
probably have to be on neutral grounds. You know what I mean?
Why? Why
I
is
don't.
that?
it doesn't
I
have
mean,
to be neutral, but it has to be fair. I think a lot of times
I'm
people
not a
want.
Fox the Hacker. You up here? I ain't
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, you do
yeah.
seem
I
very
think
fair.
you're. Yeah, I think it's
Like
fair.
you
Yeah,
seem like you seemingly fair, brother. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm fair to everybody, man. I try to be anyway. Hey,
I mean, you
man,
might be
listen.
biased. You might be biased, yeah, but you definitely,
Definitely
like
not
Yeah, yeah.
biased.
you
Bias but
cordial.
fair.
Like
Yeah,
you very cordial.
yeah. As long as people, I think it's cool. A lot of people are allowed to talk.
I
And
love
Of
to
give.
course.
Yeah,
disagree and be able to have a rational discussion.
yeah. I think that's fair.
Absolutely.
Like people
Absolutely.
respect me for that too, because I might not agree with nothing you got to say, but I'm not here to disrespect you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm
same.
not going to disrespect nobody. We all have our own, perspectives, and that's why I use my platform to let everybody come up, whether people agree with me or not. Everybody deserves. We all fans of boxing at the end of the day. Even though I'm in the
Mhm.
business, we still fans of the sport, man. So
Yeah.
we can be
Yeah.
respectful as men.
But watch this. Like let me ask you truly: are Ryan Garcia fans truly fans of the sport, or are they just Ryan Garcia fans?
You know what? To be quite frank with you, I don't know too many Ryan Garcia
Thank
fans.
you. So that means they're not fans of the sport because
Yeah,
the
no, I don't
people in
know. I'm talking about me.
your
I
circles would be that they would be that.
But I'm talking about people that are supporters of this channel. I haven't heard anyone say, "Hey, I'm," like in other words, is just because. All right, I'm gonna give you an example. Just because people thought that Devin Haney should beat Ryan Garcia, that doesn't actually mean that they are fans of Devin Haney.
No,
They just know the sport of
they know
boxing
the
and
sport of
Devin.
boxing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That was not a casual thing. That was not the casuals had no idea of who the hell Haney is. Is what I'm really getting at.
you're
You
right.
know,
So I don't
Yeah,
know who's fans of Ryan. I don't know who's fans of Devin. I don't know
the
who's fans.
kids, children, the new
yeah.
generation.
But I'll tell you what I do know. Ryan Garcia sells well, and we want to see the rematch with him and Devin.
Like how much did he sell the fight after Tank?
Uh,
Well, with
before,
Devin Haney, according to Oscar, I
No,
can only
no,
go
no.
by.
The fight after
which
Tank
was
was
that dude at 140 or 143.
Oh, you
What's his
talking
name?
about after? You
143.
said after
What's the
Tank
Yeah, that
or
puncher
with
guy?
Devin?
What's his name?
Uh,
Oscar Duarte.
Oscar
Duarte.
Duarte. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
Duarte
Duarte.
before he
Yeah,
fought Devin Haney. I'm not sure. I don't
he,
know how much.
he fought Ryan.
Oh, yeah, he fought Ryan, and I'm pretty sure it didn't do
Yeah,
It
nothing.
I'm
didn't do
not sure.
nothing. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he sold with
yeah,
him. I'm just going by what Oscar De La Hoya said. De La
And I'm
Hoya
pretty
said they
sure the
sold.
fight before Tank wasn't nothing.
yeah. It did nothing. Yeah, I think what Ryan said about it makes sense, right? Ryan always said that it's not really about one fighter; it's about the chemistry of the fighters. Unless you're like a cash cow. Like I said, if you look at Tank, I think Tank's the upper echelon. You can also say Canelo's upper echelon. You can even see Inoue in Japan upper echelon, right? But besides those three guys, how a fight does is greatly based on like the chemistry of the two fighters. You
Hmm.
know, yeah,
Yeah,
and yeah, you got so like for Ryan, even though he has this huge social media following, it doesn't actually translate to boxing fans. It never did. It because a lot of like teenage girls or like people who think Ryan's handsome or people who just
yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not
yeah
ordering pay per view. I feel you.
yeah or
Well, it's
Jake
the
Paul
same
fans
effect. it's the same effect that happened with De La Hoya. That's how he captured
It's
the fan
it's
base
the Jake Paul effect
because
But
you
or
know he had
the pretty boy thing. I feel what you're
yeah
saying.
yeah
yeah,
and it works and
But
it
the
should
age of
be
social media,
but
it
De La
makes it.
Hoya was a pretty boy person who was fighting everybody, and he built his reputation. You know,
yeah yeah
he fought the Chavez,
Like
he fought Chavez, he fought Trinidad, he fought
yes.
Seahawks.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
that's because he has a good promoter.
hey,
yeah,
Unfortunately, Ryan Garcia and them, their promotion is not that good.
hey,
Not disrespecting De La Hoya. I'm just saying we haven't seen Ryan Garcia headline his own pay per view
hey,
without a good dance partner yet,
yeah.
without a co promotion. You know what I
hey,
mean?
can I
So
ask, like, is it just me, or especially when he was young? But Oscar De La Hoya always reminded me of Karate Kid.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. Me
like when
too.
he was young.
Daniel LaRusso,
I
right?
think that's why I was rooting for him. I think I was rooting for him because I thought he was, I saw
He
Karate
thought he was
Kid.
gonna kick somebody.
Yeah.
well, since both of y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go, and I hope y'all come
Salute
back
to you, man,
tomorrow.
Jamarty.
I hope
Mhm.
y'all come back tomorrow at 12. But before y'all go, I want to get your last 30 seconds on this. What should Devin Haney do now since he turned down the fight with Teofimo? And I'll start with you, D. What you think in your opinion Devin Haney should do right
I'm
now in this
I'm kind of
position?
heartbroken if he turned it down.
No, he did. It's confirmed. They turned down the Teo fight.
Uh, well, I guess it's Richardson Hitchens.
Okay. For the
You got to
title,
just
for the
go. You got to
belt,
roll with the next one. You
for
know,
the belt.
and everybody said that's his clone. So let's go ahead and fight for the right to be Devin Haney.
All right, that's a fair fight. For
Yep.
the belt.
I
Good
appreciate
fight.
your time, brother.
Oh, anytime. Join us tomorrow, man. Anytime, bro.
Yes, sir. Peace. You and Boxing Hacker.
Man, salute to you, brother.
All right, Boxing Hacker. We've been going. You know us, Boxing Hacker. I mean, every time you come up here, you know you're gonna go back and forth. But I hope you learned something today, brother.
Hey, we both did, right?
Oh yes, we learned. Oh, absolutely. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What's next for Devin Haney in your opinion? He turned down the TO fight. What do you think he should do next since you support Haney?
I feel like in terms of negotiation, like I think it's something they should consider revisiting, see if they can get something better off of it. I do think Tio will be a great match coming back. It's a match that I'll actually favor Devin in. I know Tio was looking to fight Matisse. I don't know if
Yes.
that's been signed or
Yeah,
not, but
Matias. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if it's been signed or not. But like, if not, I would say try to revisit that. If not, see if we can get another bigger fight. Like let's Tank is on a 6 fight deal. He's fighting Lamont Roach. Maybe say, hey, like let's see if we can link up and make a fight after that. And
Who?
if we
Devin
can,
Haney against Tank?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Tank always said Devin is on his list of people, right? So be like, hey, I'm on your list. It's gonna be crazy work. So like, if we could do it at 140, let's do it. If not, Hitches is a good fight, and it's a very tough fight. Primarily, I would. It's actually a very it's not fan. I won't say it's like fan friendly, but it's a very tough technical fight. I would say that would be an option. I wouldn't make it the top option if that makes sense, right? Because like it's a high risk. I do think Devin will be a favorite, just based on like experience and like who they fought and all that. But it's a very high risk, low reward fight, even though it's a title fight. So I'll say that'll be the last thing. But if he can revisit the two big fights, and then if not, look for the Richardson Hitchens fight afterward. After that,
All right, fair enough,
yeah.
man. I appreciate your time. I'm coming back here tomorrow around like 12, man. I'm gonna
I
try to
appreciate.
come. I ain't going. Let me not say that because people will come tomorrow and I won't be here. I'm gonna try my
Yeah,
best to jump back on live at
no
12. If
sense.
not, I'll
I'll
see you
try.
on Tuesday.
I work during the week, but if I have a free break, I'll come through.
Yeah, and look, Boxing Hack, I'm gonna have something for y'all soon by the end of
Okay.
the year. I did a great documentary. Well, I wouldn't call it a documentary, but it was a great live. The members of the channel, there, some of them are still here. Fight Game, what's up, Fight Game? He in the chat. I'm gonna drop that whole thing probably sometime next week for everybody to really peek in and see what's going on with the snack protocol, and we're gonna see, how your man Devin Haney performance is being enhanced because he said it. Don't get mad
That's
at me.
always
He said it,
that's a
bro.
funny term, man. Because you training means your performance enhanced.
No,
Like
that's what
that.
Devin Haney
When
said.
you said that, I was like, dude, be careful because you go into the gym is enhancing your performance. You eating a vitamin enhances your performance. So
No,
it's
I'm talking. No,
illegally,
Devin Haney said his performance is enhanced.
yeah,
No, he
which is
said it.
good, right? Because as long as it's not being illegally enhanced, so that's the key.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
As long as it's not
working
illegal.
out
Yeah,
enhances your performance.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Right. No, he's not saying he's just working out. Come on, you know that's not what he's just saying. But
No, hey, if you tell me your performance is enhanced, that that's legal and illegal. I go to the gym like almost every day. Hopefully I'm enhancing my performance. Doesn't mean I'm on PEDs.
no,
You know?
I didn't say that. I'm
Yeah,
not saying. I'm just telling you what the man said. I'm
yeah.
not saying. But all right, so even if I don't come back tomorrow, I'll definitely be here Tuesday, man. Come on,
Uh,
drop in,
Most definitely,
and
I'll
I
check for you,
appreciate
bro.
everybody. You got
Yeah,
it, big dog.
definitely, man. 2T, bro.
Man, y'all know how it is every time Hacker come on here, man. You know I got to play games with him back and forth. We appreciate him and the other gentlemen that came up. Um, but if I'm gonna try to come back here live tomorrow, if not, definitely on Tuesday. Uh, but just to let everybody know before y'all roll out, I just got the my man just sent me the text. A little it looked like it was a 60-second short. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it because I was listening to the gentleman that was on the panel. But Bill Haney, he's attacking me now. Yeah, he called me the manager at Walmart. You know, stuff that people been saying for 2 years. But we love to hear Bill Haney come up here and talk to me. I can't wait till the guy come up here since he's calling out other. Is he calling out other new channels to hit him up? I guess get booming. Yeah. So hopefully we get Bill Haney up here to have a dialogue with me. If he doesn't, that's fine too. But he called me out. You know, hey, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. One person told me many years ago, a hurt dog holler. And then my mom always told me for the last 20 years, guilt make you tilt. So we glad Bill Haney's starting to see what's going on. And you know the truth hurts. So we'll see. I'll try to come up here tomorrow. If not, definitely on Tuesday. And a flyer frequency. I love for you to come up. I love for you to come up here Tuesday, flyer frequency, man, because you do some interesting dialogue. I've seen you on a couple of panels with Knockout, and I think you was up there with 2 Cents too, man. And you was up here before too, Fly. I remember you was up here. But I know what I'm gonna end it with. We need answers. Oh boy.